Ghana, where citizenship feels like a family reunion with paperwork. They're not just calling you home for a visit. Ghana is literally handing out keys to the ancestral kingdom. Through the right of abode and diaspora return law, Ghana has made it clear, if you're black and ready to return, the door is wide open, and they've cleared the red tape off the welcome mat. Here's the kicker. You can become a Ghanaian citizen without spending years in bureaucratic limbo. While most countries want you to live there for 5 to 10 years just to apply for citizenship, Ghana is out here saying, hey, you're one of us. Let's skip the awkward stage. If you can prove African ancestry, which, let's be real, many of us can, you're already halfway to getting your passport. And this isn't just a symbolic gesture. In 2019, the year of return, over 126 African Americans and Caribbeans were granted full citizenship in a single ceremony. That's not just policy, that's movement. Since then, the wave has only grown stronger, with thousands more applying through the Right of Abode program, which grants indefinite residency and fast-tracks you to citizenship. But here's what makes Ghana stand out. They're not offering you a second-class seat. Ghana embraces dual citizenship, celebrates cultural diversity, and has a deep-rooted commitment to reconnecting with the African diaspora. You're not just another immigrant. You're family, returning home with new dreams and maybe a few carry-on bags full of ambition. Still wondering if it's worth it? Ghana's economy is one of the fastest growing in West Africa, with booming sectors in tech, agriculture, and tourism. There's room to thrive, not just survive. And did I mention the welcoming black expat community already building businesses, buying land, and sipping hibiscus tea like royalty? So here's the real question. What's stopping you? Is it fear? Is it doubt? Or are you just waiting for a sign? Because Ghana already sent the invitation. It's your move. If you're ready to swap uncertainty for opportunity and finally claim a home that claims you back, Ghana might just be your golden ticket. Barbados, where naturalization feels more like a welcome home party than an immigration process. 5 years. That's how long it takes to become a citizen of Barbados. And before you start side-eyeing that number, let me say this. In the world of immigration, 5 years is basically the express lane, especially when the country actually wants you there. Barbados isn't just tolerating the African diaspora, it's rolling out the red carpet, pouring the rum punch, and asking you what kind of home you'd like to build. The island has deep ancestral ties to Africa, and instead of burying that history like so many other nations do, Barbados has turned it into policy. The government is openly inviting black expats to settle, invest, and thrive. Here's where it gets even better. Dual citizenship is not only allowed, it's embraced. You don't have to tear up your old passport to start your new life. You can literally be at home in 2 places at once. How many countries can say that without asterisks and fine print? And let's talk about inclusion. Barbados isn't pushing you into isolated pockets or treating you like a special case. You're woven into the social fabric, living, working, starting businesses, and contributing just like everyone else. Want to own land? Go ahead. Want to invest in the local economy? They'll welcome it. Want to wake up every morning to the sound of waves and zero microaggressions? Now we're talking. But here's a question for you. When was the last time a country actively invited you to come build a future and meant it? Barbados isn't selling a fantasy. They're offering a lifestyle upgrade rooted in multiculturalism, opportunity, and real community. No gatekeeping, no hoops of fire, just a 5-year path to citizenship, no drama included. So, whether you're dreaming of opening a beachside cafe, retiring in peace, or just living somewhere that doesn't feel like survival mode 24/7, Barbados might just be your vibe. And don't worry, you'll still have Wi-Fi, good food, and Instagram-worthy sunsets. The only thing missing is you. Turkey, where $400,000 buys you a passport, a penthouse, and a whole new identity. 3 to 6 months. That's how fast you can go from foreigner to full-on Turkish citizen, if you've got $400,000 to invest in real estate. And let's be honest, in today's global market, that's less than the price of a 1-bedroom shoebox in parts of California. In Turkey, that money can land you a luxurious apartment with a view of the Bosphorus and a shiny new passport to match. But hold on, don't think this is just some overpriced buy-in scheme. Turkey's Citizenship by Investment program is one of the most efficient and respected on the map. No language test, no waiting a decade. Just buy eligible property, file the paperwork, and boom, you're officially Turkish, tea and all. Now, here's what makes it interesting for Black expats. Turkey isn't colorblind, but it's surprisingly color-welcoming. Major cities like Istanbul and Ankara are multicultural melting pots, with growing African communities, bustling international markets, and people who care more about your vibe than your visa status. Add that to a relatively low cost of living, world-class healthcare, and strategic access to Europe, Asia, and the Middle East, and you're not just getting citizenship, you're unlocking global leverage. Not ready to drop $400,000? You still have options. Marry a Turkish citizen or live in the country long-term, and you can qualify for naturalization too, just with a slightly longer timeline. So whether you're bringing cash or connection, Turkey isn't playing hard to get. So let's get personal. Would you trade your cramped apartment, limited mobility, and endless microaggressions for a Mediterranean lifestyle and a second passport? Because that's exactly what Turkey is offering, with no red tape, no guilt trips, and definitely no wait-your-turn attitude. Rwanda, where citizenship isn't just a status, it's a homecoming. 2 years. That's all it could take to go from visitor to citizen in Rwanda. Yes, 2. Not 20. Not until your kids have grandkids. 2. Rwanda isn't just speeding up the naturalization process. It's rolling out the drumline, opening the gates, and saying, "Come build with us." Unlike countries where immigration feels like a background check from the FBI and a loyalty test from your in-laws, Rwanda is actively recruiting members of the African diaspora. Through its bold Come and Build campaign, Rwanda is making it clear. Black expats aren't intruders, they're the missing pieces to a bigger picture. And let's talk facts. Rwanda is one of Africa's fastest-growing economies, with an average GDP growth of over 7% for the past decade. It's clean. Kigali has cleaner streets than most Western cities, safe and high-tech. This is a place where Wi-Fi flows through buses, and plastic bags are banned because they take environmental health seriously. So why you? Why now? Because Rwanda knows the global Black community has talent, capital, and stories worth investing in. If you bring business opportunities, skills, or cultural connection, you can fast-track your residency, and citizenship might follow in as little as 24 months. That's not a policy. That's a homecoming wrapped in law. And here's a deeper question. What would it feel like to live in a place that doesn't ask you to explain your Blackness, but celebrates it? In Rwanda, you're not an outlier. You're kin. You're not treated like an exotic addition to the landscape. You are the landscape. Even better, Rwanda allows dual citizenship, offers legal pathways to permanent residency, and is one of the few places where the government is actively saying, "We need you to help us grow." So if you're looking for a country that doesn't just tolerate you, but invites you to the planning table with a pen in one hand and a land deed in the other, Rwanda might just be the place you stop looking and start building. Antigua and Barbuda, where your passport could arrive before your Amazon package. 4 to 6 months. That's how fast Antigua and Barbuda will hand you citizenship. That's quicker than a US passport renewal, and let's be honest, way less stressful than dealing with your local DMV. All you need? About $100,000 in investment and the willingness to trade gray skies and stress for sunshine and statehood. Now before you roll your eyes and say, "Another pay-to-play country?" Hold up. Because Antigua and Barbuda isn't just selling citizenship, it's offering you a lifestyle, a legacy, and a whole new level of peace. You're not just another number in their system. They actually want you to show up, invest, and be part of a nation that reflects African heritage, island resilience, and Black excellence. This is a country where Blackness isn't an awkward topic, it's the culture. From the music to the cuisine to the conversations in the street, you'll see yourself reflected in every part of daily life. You don't have to explain your hair, your name, or your energy. You just are. And that's enough. Plus, Antigua and Barbuda ranks high in Caribbean safety and stability, and has a booming tourism and service sector that's full of entrepreneurial potential. You want to open a beachfront cafe? Launch a digital nomad business with ocean views? The infrastructure's here, so is the tax incentive, because here's the kicker. No capital gains tax, no estate tax, and no personal income tax. And let me ask you this. When was the last time your tax bill came with oceanfront views and zero side eyes? Antigua and Barbuda makes it easy to go from visitor to citizen, not just because they want your money, but because they actually understand the value you bring. You'll be part of the African diaspora, returning not out of desperation, but by choice, reclaiming space, rewriting futures, and sipping coconut water while doing it. Still wondering if it's worth it? Look around. The weather's perfect, the people are warm, and your second passport? It's already halfway printed. St. Kitts and Nevis, where you can buy a passport faster than you can finish a mortgage application. Want citizenship in 4 to 6 months without ever having to live there? Welcome to St. Kitts and Nevis, the Caribbean nation that said, let's not waste time, just invest, and you're in. This island duo isn't just pretty postcards and pina coladas, it's home to one of the oldest and most respected citizenship by investment (CBI) programs in the world. Here's the deal. Drop $250,000 into a government-approved fund or buy real estate worth at least $400,000, and boom, you're well on your way to a brand new passport. And yes, this one gets you visa-free access to over 150 countries, including the UK and much of Europe. You ever wanted to pull out your passport and have it actually open doors? This is it. And before you assume it's all about money, let's talk culture. St. Kitts and Nevis is unapologetically Black, Caribbean, and thriving. From the music and language to the local economy and leadership, you're not an outsider, you're kin. Nobody's asking you to assimilate. You walk in, and the island says, "We've been waiting for you." Now ask yourself this. How many countries actively offer you citizenship, freedom of movement, tax breaks, and a familiar cultural backdrop, all without demanding you uproot your life first? That's not just rare, it's almost suspiciously generous, but in the best way. Oh, and here's the kicker. No personal income tax, no inheritance tax, no capital gains tax. Your money works for you, not the other way around. Whether you're building generational wealth or just trying to keep your coins intact, this is one of the best financial moves for expats of color looking to level up globally. So if you're tired of countries that want your labor but not your legacy, St. Kitts and Nevis flips the script. They don't just welcome the African diaspora, they empower it. And now we've arrived at the big one. You've waited long enough. Number 1, Dominica. The Caribbean shortcut to citizenship that's almost too good to be true. 3 months. That's all it takes to become a citizen of Dominica. Not 3 years, not 3 presidencies, just 90 days, give or take a form or two, and boom, you've got a new passport, a fresh identity, and a front row seat to paradise. Dominica offers the cheapest and fastest citizenship by investment (CBI) program in the Caribbean, and honestly, maybe in the world. With a $100,000 contribution to the Economic Diversification Fund, you're on the fast track to citizenship, faster than some people get approved for a new credit card. No residency required, no interviews, no prove your worth to our ancestors' energy, just paperwork, payment, and peace. But Dominica isn't just attractive because of the price tag, it's the vibe. This island is over 85% Afro-Caribbean, and you can feel the pride in every street corner, market stall, and steel drum beat. As a Black expat, you're not the outlier. You're the echo of something deeply rooted. You're not just seen, you're reflected. And while some countries treat citizenship like a privilege you might earn after years of jumping through hoops, Dominica treats it like a partnership. They want people who will contribute to the island's economy, yes, but they also value cultural diversity, connection to the African diaspora, and the global presence of people who carry rich legacies and future-forward thinking. Need more reasons to take this seriously? Dominica's passport ranks among the strongest in the Caribbean, offering visa-free or visa-on-arrival access to over 140 countries, including the UK, Singapore, and most of the EU. You're not just getting island access, you're getting world access. So here's the final question. Why wait decades for a system that was never designed with you in mind, when you can invest, relocate, and thrive somewhere that actively wants you there? Dominica isn't just handing out passports, it's handing out fresh starts.
Which country will you like to get a citizenship? Leave your comments in the comment section so that we can be able to educate ourselves in the comment section. Together we rise. Any other African or Caribbean or any country that you think blacks can get a quick citizenship. Leave your comment in the comment section.